I I hate to say I did it again, but I did it again. Whoops. This run was to test out something. It was to test out actually about juice box items. I'm going to show you every item I have, just so you know. So I have the turtle. I was actually looking. I found lore in one of my offline runs that says have a turtle and a crab. I couldn't find the crab anywhere. This was fragile glassware. Of course it broke. This, yeah, this was a roly-poly. Cookies of Discipline. Shattering Annoying Metal Puzzle. +1 poorly drawn juice box. The burner, because we love the burners. Setting people on fire is so awesome, you have no idea. Plus 15% chance to crit from here. A potato battery. There we go. Another chalk for arrows. These are the things I was talking about. Chorus's goggles. They reduce the damage while you're confused. It's like, grab the crystal already, you can tell them about it later. Right? You have no sense of appreciation, game. None whatsoever. Fine, I'll talk to you about it later. Oh, and the broken mirror. I'll also tell you about this, why I have 7 of those. Cordy stood over Regan, victorious, and waited to see if the Capulets would appear as the wound wards had. Instead, an adult figure in a suit emerged from the doorway. His face shifted like smoke, and his voice seemed to carry from deep within the house. How impressive, he said. You are the greatest student we have. Cordy didn't see Regan's lips moving as he spoke. Okay. You mean the man's lips. Or Regan's. Yeah. He strode towards her. We would be honored to answer your questions. As Cordy opened her mouth to answer, the man seemed to shimmer. Then she felt Regan's hand close on her ankle, and a terrible force seemed to drag her backwards. She found herself sealed inside Regan's lunchbox as the Capulet leader completed her dying spell. The false administrator melted into a pool of ink and vanished back into Regan's ruler. And the cheerful girl that walked out of the room looked like Cordy, but prettier and nicer and better. And the Capulet army chose her as their new leader. Oh, I died? Again? I gotta stop doing that. Anyway, let's go ahead and show you things. Alright. That's the one I found, the brooms. Food for thought, collect both the gourmet turtle and the wandering crab in a single game. Oh, rival day gifts. I hate you still, and you haven't shown up all these times. The cauldron yesterdayers, let's see, candelabra, got her smell. I have not done the heal only single damage with a juice box. I've tried. I've been trying, but that last time I wasn't trying, so. I've learned gulping, the new lesson. Vistas is collect 40 tokens and hold them through a single playthrough. Vistas is a really good lesson to learn. It costs 100 credits to learn in one period. And it makes 3 rooms. There are always 3 extra rooms every floor. Which means that's 3 extra chances for champions, experience, chests, tokens, everything. There's no reason not to take Vistas. Well, except the fact that they make it really annoying. So do it, but, well, certainly, just do it. If you take Vistas, do Vistas. You'll have a much better chance of doing things. Obviously, Operator we did, Frozen Few we did. I have yet to do Quiet Exit. The Disciplined. You remember the King? Well, thanks to the fact that I had 40% chance to crit, and I'll tell you about it more later, every time I critted him, I did 400 points of damage. Not only that, but I caught him one time in the broken mirror. It was going diagonal, and he went diagonal with it. Every fire hit him, doing about 100 to 400 points of damage. He killed himself. That's why I got disciplined King under 75 seconds. He made the wrong move. It was checkmate. Cinder's Timekeeper I beat on a sensitive floor while I had fragile glassware. I did about 600 points of damage to it every time I shot at it. The time bubbles are they're hard to dodge. They are. To dodge them, you'd have to either be all the way out or all the way close to Cinder's Timekeeper. Oh, I'll move this. The friendly footstools, I almost did it this time without taking damage because of my massive crit explosions. Took him down to one more hit point, but then all of his stools came back, he moved really fast, and I couldn't get the last hit on him. Defeat Reagan 3 times. 3? Case of Flying Ice, we already saw, and I have yet to do the sensitive floor while under an influence of severity. Chapter 3, I don't have any. Not to say I haven't tried. Alright, let's check all these things, huh? As you can see, I took off Whispers and Shyness. I have to say that when you take Shyness off, if you've been using it for a long, long time, suddenly the world seems worse. And you're just trying to hit people. And you're like, why can't I hit you? I kept Mercantilism because I was looking for the 40 coins. This, I got Criticism. The critical hits now cause 3 times damage. That's why I was doing like 400s and 600s. And this is Vistas. Now, let's look at our new classes. We have Severity. Enemies will always deal 2 times damage, but you gain 2 times credits per floor. That's actually really good. But there's probably... It's not one of those things where you're expected to win. But you're expected to get a lot of crap. Engulfing is using a juice box. 1 second of getting hit has 50% chance. Okay, so when you get hit, if you use a juice box, that second you get hit, there's a 50% chance that your heal will be doubled, as opposed to normal. The Counselor still wants 250 credits. Our statistics are as follows. We've played it at least 3 more times. We got something for using 50 juice boxes. Or not 50 juice boxes, but some number of juice boxes. Maybe 250. We got something for that. I don't remember what now. Oh, I wish the achievements would unlock when you did. You know what I mean? Let's see the item log. You know, like you unlock the achievement and it'd show you, but it wouldn't show you the lore or something. So I'm going to show you some of the new things I got that made this playthrough how it was. This is Eugene's telescope. It's pretty cool. Plus 20% range? Yeah. But I didn't get this run, it was the last one. I got this, the animal sticker, plus 20% crit chance. There was a store, a vending machine, and the items in it were this and the Schooner. And I wanted the Schooner so bad, but I thought about it and I was like, I need a crit chance. I already had this, so I got this, and it added up to 40% crit chance. So I was critting almost every hit, which was almost as good as having fragile glassware, but not as bad. You know, not as perfect. This is the voice recorder, the secret voice recorder. 4% lifesteal. I once had that and that at the same time. It was fun. Excuse me. Sorry. Here's those glasses I told you about, the goggles. Damage reduced by 75% when you're confused. So it's good, but alright, it doesn't count for the first hit. If you're hit by the green clouds, which by the way are the only things I've found that confuse you, if you're hit by the green clouds, you take the full damage, and then while you're confused, you take less. That's how it works. The Cookies of Discipline have been great, but you know what's better? The Better Bug Collection. Now the great thing about the Better Bug Collection is when you get it, let's say you get it and you just got it from a champion, because that's usually how you get it. You get it from a champion, you get it from whatever. You walk back in a room you've already cleared, and you'll level up instantly. The best thing about the Cookies and the Better Bug Collection are when you level up, your experience does not reset to 0. Let's say that you're level 5, we'll say. You need 6,000 experience, right? Approximately. I haven't memorized it. So, if you get the Better Bug Collection, and let's say you have 5,900 experience, when you leave that room, or do whatever, you will level up, and your level up will not set you back to 0 though. You will still have 5,900 experience out of whatever it is for the next level. So it gives you pretty much exactly the amount of experience you need to level up, and it's great. Anyway, here's what we're going to do. We're going to leave at least one thing of credits, okay? And we're going to get Severity. Because we're crazy. But also because this is what Severity is for, is just for credit farming. And there's nothing better than credit farming in the first couple levels, because it sucks. Or nothing worse, I mean. The first level gives you 1. Okay? If you get an A on that, you get 3. This will make it so that you get either 4 or 6. I'm hoping 6 because, you know, because you get 2, and then A would get you double that, which means you get 4. Places give you 6 and everything down there. Places that give you 6 in the first couple levels give you more than the Capulets do on the higher levels. Basically, you're making the game, yes, you're making it harder, but you're making it, in the long run, if you're playing the long game, it's easier. And by the long game, we mean him. That was all my upgrades, all my new lores and achievements. I thought I might beat Reagan, only because the room right before her, I fought Sliding Sylvester, which is one of those candle freaks, the candle Capulets, who melt into the ground and move around and shoot fire, and he dropped the Better Bug Collection. And when I left his room, because I left it the way I came, so that I wouldn't run into an enemy, because I knew that room was empty. One of the books in the Level Up collection was Tale of the Telltale Extra Life, or Extra Heart. So I grabbed it, and I was like, okay, I have an extra life now. But I've had no juice boxes. None. And no juice boxes. I had 1 piece of chalk. And I didn't know where the vending machine was on that floor. I had the money. I could have gone and bought a bunch of juice boxes, but I didn't want to risk my extra life. So I said, screw it. I had to go against Reagan. I will tell you that when Reagan gets... Okay, so Reagan has 3 forms. Her first is Reagan. Floaty, Fire, Ice, Lightning. Then she splits into her 3. As we already know, her familiars can't be hurt. You can't shoot them. They can hurt you when you run through them or run into them. When you get Reagan down, okay? When you get her lower to like a third of her hit points, every third she changes. All of her familiars and her will do the same thing, like as if she's summoning more. That's what I thought she was doing even. But nothing happened. The lightning balls those wizards send after you, that's what the lightning one starts casting. The ice one starts making miniature sudsy waves. Those waves of ice shards coming at you. In fact, 3 times. They're a lot smaller. 1 roll will get you out of the way, but still. While Reagan herself creates X's on the floor, which will frothy flames shoot from. they just burn in that area. So she is by far the least effective. The most dangerous one is the lightning, because her shots, that lightning ball, gets faster the longer it's around until it knocks into a wall, and it chases you down like chalk. Anyone going against Dragon, unless you've got an extra life, or unless you're really strong, because I had been leveling up my strength a lot. I got Juice Boxes of Darkness, I think at the last thing, well, you can kind of go back and see, I think I was doing 140 damage at max. So crits were 350 or something against Dragon, because I was only doing like 102 every shot, which was enough. I mean, she had a lot of hit points, that was the worst part. So I had to rely on the crits. Dem crits, man. I tell you, they make everything better. And easier. And they seem so necessary. I don't think there's a book that raises any of your stats, such as dodge, resist, and crits. Every other stat can be raised with damage, health, etc., etc. But those three stats, dodge, resist, and crit, do not go up at all from any levels, any books, or anything. Only through items. And those seem to be the things you need to focus on. They're very powerful. More so now, with the fact that the Fragile Glassware, the Fragile Bear, have been downgraded. The Fedora been downgraded. I've had the Fedora a couple times in the last 2 playthroughs, and when you get down to that 25% health, if you're high up enough in floors, the 25% reduction doesn't matter. It didn't even matter against Goneril once. I actually died to Goneril once. That was sucky. I think it's the one that I showed you guys with the operator. Yeah. But no, I died again to her once. And I had the Fedora. She was at her max height. She was only a couple hits left. And she ran into me. Normally Goneril does 28 points of damage. But since I had the Fedora, and I was beeping, I was at 18 hit points, by the way. I was like, okay, she'll do less. She did. She did 21. I still died. I knew she was going to get me. I didn't have time to roll out of the way. And I was dead. So the Fedora nerf actually is really big. Maybe they'll bump it back up to just 50% or something. But yeah, so depending on what floor you are on, the Fedora might not even matter when you get to severity, unless your hit points are so high. Like, if you've done nothing but spam hit points. Well, even then, the highest hit points I've ever gotten is 255. And that's with spamming a bunch of hit points. I think the highest you could get is probably 300 if you just got hit points every level all the way up to Reagan. And 25% of that is somewhere around 90 something. And I think that if you were 300 hit points and you were only 90 left, you'd still be kind of screwed. She'd still do way too much. She does 18 every shot. So she'd be doing like 14 or 12, maybe 13. Anyway. Oh, math hurts the head. It is basically midnight. It's the 4th now. Happy New Day. And I'm going to go ahead and get some sleep now. That took a bunch of concentration and I basically exhausted myself to try and beat her. I was really staring at that screen intently. There was way too much going on. And all I have to say is, as much as I love you, Broken Mirror, as much as I love you, Schooner, I need my apple. If I'm ever going to go back up there, I need that apple. Oh, so many flying things. Thank God for the potato battery. Thank God for the potato battery. I'll see you next time.